welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Villa Park. We are on the run in to the end of our second full season at Villa Park, our third season in total. We currently still sit in 6th place. We have a game in hand over the teams above and below us in Arsenal and Leicester. We have a game in hand over them. 59 points we have, Arsenal have 59, Leicester have 55. So we have 4 points clear with the game in hand. We are level on points with Arsenal in 5th with the game in hand. We are 1 point behind Liverpool. We've played the same amount of games as them. They have played 30 as well, 60 points for them, 59 for us. And then the top three, Man United and Man City, have 65, and West Ham 10 points clear at the top of the table with 75 points. Now, since the cup final, we beat Liverpool 5-0 in an absolute massive result for us. Baumann, Rog, Suarez, Prilla and Neto getting the goals there. And then we beat Watford last time out. Harold Brunick and Thomas Kozol either side of half-time, giving us a 2-1 victory. Now, a game against Tottenham was postponed and rearranged in this mix of games now. So we're going to just change it up slightly to what we said we were going to do. So it's going to be the Everton game, it's going to be the Tottenham game, and it's going to be the Brentford game, all in the space of 7 days. Those are the 3 games we're going to play. We're also going to bring you our youth intake, which has been very interesting this season. So our elite player is Craig Furlong, a left winger, 1-star current ability, 4.5-star potential ability. In terms of numbers, if you just look at him as a winger on attack, dribbling is pretty good, first touch is pretty good, passing is good, technique, double figures as well, crossing is 8, so that needs improving, anticipation, flair off the ball, all around the 9-10 mark, and physically pretty decent for a 15-year-old. A lot of room to improve there, definitely. And one that stands out straight away is Kean Thomas, who is currently rated as a 2-star central midfielder, 4-star potential. We just move him into, let's just say, a central midfielder on attack, which is obviously something that we play. First touch is 13, long shots is 10, passing is 10, tackling and technique of 14 and 12, work rates 18, teamwork of 14, vision of 11, off the ball of 10. A lot of double figures there. His physicals are very good. Strength is the only one that's lacking. It's 5'9". He is 16. Well, 16 a month ago. So, I mean, he, in theory, could be in and around the first team, even at this early stage. He obviously, we haven't signed none of them just yet, but a 2-star player coming through our youth systems, quite a nice little gem in there. Obviously, he's got 4-star potential. That might, I don't know if that's going to change at all, but I feel like he could definitely fill that out in the first couple of years. Apart from that, there's nothing really that stands out. A couple of 3.5-star potential players here in Maxwell Bordley, Dennis Jackman, George Parker, and as we go further down here, 3-star Daryl Walters, and that's really it. There's just the 2 that stand out, Craig Furlong and Kean Thomas. So we'll probably get them signed up probably after I finish filming this episode. As I say, we've got the 3 games. If we can get a couple of wins in this episode, we can definitely be up around that Champions League spot. In terms of goals scored, Hudson Enriquez, you just saw there, still the top goal scorer with 11 in the league, 12 in all competitions. Baumann, Prilla and Kozol have all got double figures. So for the first time as Villa manager, everyone chipping in. 3 to 4 players having double figures. Nikita Roger has 8. He could easily make double figures before the end of the season. 5 players making double figures. If one of them can just get the other side of 15, I think we've had a good season. We haven't had that one out and out clinical goal scorer. Everyone's chipping in. Both strikers, as I say, getting double figures. In terms of assists as well, Thomas Kozol's got 11, Baptiste Dubois has 8, Maxime Cacaret has 8, Martin Neto has 7, Perilla has 6. So again, people chipping in all across the board with assists as well. Our average ratings have been pretty good for the season. There's only 5 players that are below, well, 4 players that are below 7 actually, because Ryan Dunny's bang on that 7 mark. Ayol 6.98, Camilo Paez 6.98. Bearing in mind, they've only made 12 starts between them. And then the 2 really that stand out is Philip Baumann and Nikita Raj, who've played 26 and 25 games. 6.94 and 6.93, so not awful. Just falling just below that 7 mark. So I think as a team, we've played really well this season. And that's enough talking for me. We're going to get into the opening game of today's episode. We take on Everton, who currently sit in 12th place in the league, 40 points from 30 games. And it's a chance for us to pull further away from Leicester. We have an 11-point advantage over Newcastle, who are in 8th place, who, I mean, I presume that 7th place is going to end up being a European spot. So we have 11 points clear of non-European football, so we're close to being there this season. But I mean, a couple of victories today and we could be in with a shout of Champions League football next season. And the team for the opening game of this episode: Wadsworth in goal, Dubois, Brunic, Suarez and McMillan, Tulio in front of them, Jose Werison and Hudson Enrique in the centre of midfield, Kozil on the left, Rog on the right, Bauman is up front. Let's get into the opening game of this episode: Aston Villa vs Everton from Villa Park. Let's get another 3 points on the board. Also, you get those questions before the start of games where they ask you a question, you've got to pick an answer. So they've asked us who we think are going to win the Premier League. That ball goes through to Kozil over the goalkeeper into the top corner. It's 1-0. It's going to be checked though. Goal is awarded. It is 1-0, and that was a really, really well worked goal. Very quick. Tulio with the ball into Bauman, into Hudson Enrique, first time ball into Kozil, and his first time shot over the goalkeeper into the top corner. It's 1-0. And as I was just saying, we were asked who we thought were going to win the Premier League this season, and we answered West Ham, because West Ham are 12 points clear as it currently stands of Man City in second place. And the response was, why do you think that? And you can't put, because they're 12 points clear with 7 games to play. I mean, it's theirs to throw away. Free kick here, about 25 yards out. Hudson Enrique hits it. What a finish. Hudson Enrique gets his 13th goal of the season. And we said we were hoping one of them could make 15 plus goals this season. Hudson Enrique getting him one step closer to his 13th of the season. What a free kick that is. Keeper gets nowhere near it as it finds its way just inside the post. 2-0, 8 minutes to play to half time, and this is a big result. Hopefully we don't concede a goal back just before half time as Aaronson gets away from his man on the near side, drives towards the byline, gets the cross in, headed away. Darboe will collect deep. Perez back to Darboe, into Kakem, back to Darboe, over the top for Clays with the shot on Wadsworth, tips it round the post. And I tell you something, I knew at the end of last season that I wanted to replace Formasano as that ball comes in and Tulio heads it away. Knew I wanted to replace Formasano. Obviously, seeing he broke records for clean sheets and everything, there was a part of me after I filmed the transfer episode when I sold him that was slightly worried I was going to eat my own words and it wasn't going to be the right move bringing in Wadsworth. Kozil puts that ball in, bang, and shot straight at the goalkeeper. I mean, point blank range, and the keeper just gets in the way as it is going to be 2-0 at half time. I was slightly worried that Wadsworth wasn't going to be an improvement, but I'll tell you something, in what I've seen from Peter Wadsworth this season, he has been fantastic for us. And I mean, in terms of age, we're just going to quickly check, he's 21, 5-star potentials, 3-star current ability. He could really be a superstar. I mean, he played 44 times for Sheffield United last season, conceded 47 goals. He's played 27 times for us this season, conceded 26 goals, 11 clean sheets. Not far behind what Formasano was doing last season. He's 28 years of age, so 25 years of age, sorry. As Fitzpatrick heads over the bar at the far post. So I am very happy with the choice and the changes that we have made to get Peter Wadsworth in. In terms of shots, this game's been, I mean, it's not been the most exciting game in the world. We haven't been as good as I thought we'd been. Only 1.06 XG as Kamara wins that ball back. Clares looks for Ramsey. He's gone over the defender. Ramsey, one-on-one, and Wadsworth with another fantastic save. But Everton probably should be on the score sheet today, but Peter Wadsworth has kept them out at every available opportunity. As that ball comes in, it's headed away by McMillan. And we're inside now the last 5 minutes of this game, and it's 2-0. And hopefully, all being well, we see this out as Dunn gives it to Everton. Back to Dunn. And his shot is blocked and it's out for a goal kick. It rebounded back off Dunn, out of play. And like I said, we're now into stoppage time. Well, yeah, we're just in stoppage time. Minute left to play. This should mean all 3 points are still. I can't see us conceding. As Fitzpatrick brings down Hudson Enrique, is that going to be a red? No, it's not going to be a red card. It's going to be a free kick, and this is really a nothing highlight here at the end of this game. I don't think. It's McMillan to Suarez. Ball down the line for Prilla. Can he keep it in? He does keep it in and then touches it out of play, which is utterly bizarre, that touch he took there. But that is the 3 minutes of stoppage time gone. We have won this game here now. Well, we've won this game and we've won it 2-0. I thought they were going to get a late goal there. It wasn't a great performance from us, but we have done the job. Werison and Enrique, 7 and an 8.4. All of the back 6, Tulio, Dubois, Brown, Suarez, McMillan, Wadsworth, all playing a 7 or above. Brunic had a poor game, so did Rog. A front 3 didn't play particularly well. Bauman 6.7, Dunn 6.8, Perilla 6.6 off the bench. But job is done. Not a great performance for us, but it's 3 more points and we move onwards and upwards. Next 2 games are against 16th place Tottenham Hotspur and 19th place Brentford. This is a game in hand for us. A victory for Tottenham will probably get them out of any kind of relegation trouble. But if we beat them, they are right back in the mix there with Sheffield United there on 21 points. Brentford have 18, Fulham have 17. They might just be good enough to survive, especially with Brighton below them as well on 25 points. We are in 6th place, 62 points after that victory last time out, 20 wins. A victory here today will take us to 65 points, and that will take us level with Man City. I'm not sure what the games are playing today, but it will take us above Arsenal and Liverpool. And like I say, we, depending on if Man City are playing, we could be level on points for obviously having played a game more. But I'm not too bothered about that, if I'm completely honest. This is a big day at the bottom of the table. Brighton are also playing today. They play Newcastle. So the teams in 17th and 18th both playing. If both of them teams were to win, I feel like the bottom 3 teams in Sheffield United, Brentford and Fulham would be gone. I think it's a tall ask for them to pull back what would be 7 points and 10 points and 11 points in the case of Fulham. But we're going to get into the game. We're away at Tottenham. We're going to go with exactly the same side, I think. Just checking for fitness issues. We're going to make 2 changes. Martin Neto's going to come in forwards and Enrique, who's struggling with fitness, and Bauman is going to come off for Perilla, who needs a rest, and McMillan also needs a rest. So Dubois is going to move across to right back, and Aile's going to come on at left back. So the team: Wadsworth, Ale, Brunic, Suarez and Dubois. Tulio in front of them, Werison and Neto in the central midfield, Kozil on the left, Rog on the right, Perilla up front. Let's get back-to-back victories, and let's go for the Champions League this season. Let's get out of our depth. Let's get out of our comfort zone, and let's get 4th place. We have been really poor here as Araujo through, and he puts that under Wadsworth, and it's 1-0, and Pablo Araujo gets the opening goal. Kiergaard with the assist. We have been so poor in this opening 10 minutes, and Tottenham have just absolutely blown us away. Poor between Tulio and Dubois. Looks that ball in towards Verison, but Reina cuts it out. Kiergaard through to Araujo, took a touch, just wide enough of Wadsworth where he can get the shot away underneath him. 10 minutes gone, it's 1-0. Ale down this left hand side now. Switches it out towards Rog. Nodded down for Neto. Into the box. Can he get the shot away? He can't. Pulls it back for Federico Perilla. And we respond almost immediately. I think there was less than 30 seconds. And it's took a Tottenham goal for us to start playing. Our first chance of the game. Our first foray into the Tottenham half. And we get the goal. Rog with a nod down into Neto. He was a little bit wide to get the shot. Very sensible from him. Squared it across. Perilla from inside the 6-yard box. Tucks home. It's 1-1. Tulio. Into Neto now. Rog. Perilla. Falls back to Rog. Has a chance. Dips over the goalkeeper. What a turnaround. 13 minutes in. It's Villa 2, Tottenham 1, and Nikita Rog scores, and he could be heading for double figures as well. What a sensational 3 minutes after Harrow giving him the lead after Tottenham dominated the first 10 minutes or so. Nikita Rog running through one-on-one, just dinks it over Danny in the Tottenham goal, and it's 2-1, and we have turned this on his head completely here. After a poor opening 10 minutes, Tottenham 1, Villa 2, and as things stands, we are in 4th place in the Premier League, and that is absolutely outstanding. We just look at the goal difference with 13 goals behind Man City, so that looks like it's going to be a difficult task, especially if Man City continue to win. Although they need to really drop 2 games. That ball goes straight to Illich. Through one-on-one, puts it wide of the post. Really good chance there. Really well worked. Poor finish by Illich, the central midfielder. The Mazzala for Tottenham. And it's still 2-1, half an hour in. Ball over the top now. Reina in behind the defence. One-on-one. And Wadsworth with a great save down to his right yet again. And he's keeping us in a lot of these games. His name is Peter Wadsworth. Great save there from Reina as Kiergaard's header goes over the bar. Half an hour to play. It's still 2-1, and we're still being dominated. Ball whipped in, headed, and Rog at the far post should have put that in, and that was a chance to really kill the game off there. And it is still 2-1. 15 minutes to play. Ball whipped in. Kiergaard. How has that stayed out? Sometimes you need a little bit of luck, and I think we got a bit there. How that stayed out and how no Tottenham player could touch that over the line to an empty net, I do not know. It's still 2-1. We have been, like I said, absolutely bossed in this game. We have one more sub left, and players are struggling fitness-wise. Ryan Dunn is going to come on. Camilo Paez had to come on as a fullback, considering how badly some of the fullbacks were struggling. It is 2-1. There is 5 minutes to play. Tottenham on stats have been absolutely dominant and mistaken. Oh, that is a very silly goal to give away. It's going to be checked. There was Reina in an offside position. I'd like to think he was. I'm not entirely sure. And the goal has been awarded. It's 2-2. It's no more than Tottenham deserve here. Suarez back to Wadsworth. And again, we mentioned his distribution. That was really poor. Zakarian headed it into the path of Reina, who touches it in from about 8 yards. It's 2-2. And as I say, Tottenham, for all their dominance in stats, haven't been completely dominant in terms of highlights or anything else. As Rog heads that away, can Dunn get there first? He can't. Ugarte with the challenge. Illich into Burn now. Burn gets the crossing towards the far post. No one's there. Kiergaard can pick it up though on the far side. Into Victor. Ugarte into the box, and former Villa player gets the goal. It's 3-2. They've scored 2 goals in the last couple of minutes. And I knew fitness-wise we were struggling here. So many players are just completely out of it. And we're going to lose this game after being 2-1 up in that manic first 15 minutes. We've lost 3-2. 2 goals in the last 3 minutes. They've just outlasted us today. And it's really poor. And Tottenham have probably managed to secure survival for themselves. We have to go again in the next game against Brentford. It's a poor defeat for us. Tottenham 3, Villa 2. Trying to give us the fittest side possible to take on 19th place Brentford. Wadsworth, Ale, Brunick, Brown, McMillan, Kakret in front of them, Werison and Neto, Bauman one side, Dunn the other, Prilla up front. Hopefully these players can last the 90 minutes. We've played so many games in this last couple of weeks, so many 3 times a week, and it's really catching up with us now. Let's get into this game. Brentford away, last game of the episode. Let's end it with a win. Prilla now looks to spot to the near side and Dunn takes it down infield to Neto. Dunn receives it back under a bit of pressure from Hayward. Gets away from Hayward though. Pulls it across goal, and why is no one following that up as it goes out for a goal kick? And Dunn, I don't know if it was a cross come shot, and no one gambled on it, and it's still 0-0. Free kick here, just about 19 yards out centre goal. Prilla steps up over the wall, hits the woodwork, and Doherty smashes it away for a corner kick. Great chance there. We've had 5 shots, not one of them on target yet, as Kakret puts his corner in and headed away. Brentford have offered no real threat here in this first 42 minutes or so. I say that as they play the ball out from the back. They're obviously going to score from this highlight now. I've said that, as Agony cuts in field from the left hand side under a bit of pressure to Babushka, back to the left back Hayward, into Agony again, comes in field away from his man to Doyle in the centre circle, ball over the top. Ferguson's going to get there first, and of course they score from that highlight. Because I said Brentford don't like scoring, it's 1-0 just before half time. Ball over the top, we do not deal with it. Ewan Ferguson grabs the goal, and it's Brentford 1, Aston Villa 0. Doyle in the centre circle just picks out that ball. Ferguson gets there before Wadsworth, and it's 1-0. Hudson Enrique, quick free kick, cleared away. McMillan can take it down under no real pressure. It's in Hudson Enrique. Hudson Enrique from distance, and what a goal. 14th of the season. Hudson Enrique with 15 minutes to go equalises, and hopefully we can do the same to Brentford as what Tottenham did to us in the last game. Late goals, get it back from a precarious position and win the game. McMillan picks up the ball in his own half, into the Brentford half, gives it to Enrique. He has all the time and space in the world to just take a touch, look up and fire it in from 20 yards. It's 1-1. Werison out to this near side and Bauman back to Dubois. Dubois gives it to Bauman just inside the Brentford half. Goes in field to Werison now. Dubois continued his run, getting down the left hand side now towards the byline. Pulls it into the box for Bauman. Squares across. Hudson Enrique touches in for his 15th of the season. He has done it in this episode. We said at the start of the episode we needed to get to 15 plus goals. He has scored 3 goals in this episode, up to 15 for the season. Dubois continued his run, got down towards the byline, pulled it into the box for Bauman. He took a touch and just laid it across, and Hudson Enrique on the edge of the 6-yard box tucks it home. 5 minutes to play. It's 2-1, and we could end this episode with another 3 points. We're going to encourage. We're going to drop to cautious. There's 90 seconds left plus stoppage time. Liverpool are winning. Oh, Goni with the ball in. Ferguson with that. The referee's given a penalty, and I can't even work out what for. As a penalty check is going on, penalty's been awarded, and Hudson Enrique's conceded a penalty, and I'm not entirely sure what for. I'm just trying to read the bottom of it. Peter Wadsworth, can you do us a solid here and save us and give us 3 points? As Ivanescu steps up, scores. Wadsworth went the right way. I thought he may just get to it. Luke Ivanescu, his first goal of the season, like you'd give a guy who hadn't scored all season a penalty to take. And oh wait, no, I thought actually Wadsworth dived past it. I thought that Wadsworth had gone the right way and was close to keeping out. It actually wasn't. It's finished 2-2 here. Very disappointed. We should have won that match based on the chances we created. We end the episode with a victory, a draw, and a defeat. And games where we were ahead late on, one has ended with a draw, one has ended in a defeat. We finished the episode in 6th place on 63 points, 5 clear of Leicester with 5 games to play. Liverpool are 3 points clear of us, so are Man City. We're level with Arsenal. Maybe that is Champions League football gone. I mean, it wasn't the aspiration. The players wanted to finish top half. I wanted Europa League or Europa Conference League. It looks like that is where we're going to finish this season. We are going to come back for the final 2 games of the episode, Chelsea and Newcastle in the league. So we're going to play through Bournemouth, Sheffield United and Man United off camera, come through for the last 2 games. And hopefully when we do come back for the last 2 games, we'll be in a really good position to, beat Bournemouth, beat Sheffield United. If we get something out of Man United, we could be in a position for Champions League football next episode. But even so, let's just secure European football. Let's do the job. If you enjoyed today's video, if you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like on it, subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye bye.